Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Jinxie Cat Vapes. Jinxie Cat here, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about the Halo top caps from Capital Vapes. And these things are freaking amazing. Probably one of the, if you own a iGO-W, or they make them for the iGO-L as well, this is probably going to be one of the best investments for you. I can't even talk at the moment, but here you go, right here. And it comes in this nice little fancy bag. Halo top cap, plush bag that it comes in. So yeah, take it out of the bag, and I'll show you guys more up close. Which, yeah, let's go up close right now. What are you waiting for? Alrighty, guys. So here, up close, we have the iGO-W, and this is pretty much exactly how it comes. Except for, this was the first one I ever got when I went to try dripping and whatnot, RDAs and whatnot, and you can see I have a, drilled it out pretty large on the air hole on one side. I was doing single coils, and then I'll just block off the really small stock airflow hole that it comes with. I don't even know if you could see that. Really, really small right there. I mean, it's tiny, tiny. So, I mean, even with both those, both the stock holes, you're getting like really tight mouth-to-lung hits on them for sure. So I went ahead and drilled that out, and that helped me out a little bit with the single coils and whatnot. But yeah, so here's your just normal iGO-W system. Go ahead and screw it on here. We'll take it off. There we go. Very nice. Pull the top cap off. Oh, Jesus. One downside about the iGO-W, just the regular iGO-W, is that these O-rings are doo-doo. They suck. Get better O-rings. The ones that they come with, the first time you clamp this thing down on, they all kind of sandwich out the bottom and kind of do this little thing. It's horrible. So yeah, so there's your iGO-W base. Since the the normal 3-post center is your positive, and you have your 2 negatives on the outside. Right now I have a dual coil in here. I think it's reading around 0.5 ohms or so. So yeah, so we'll take this off the base, or off this little stand, and show you. Set this right here. There's your your iGO-W setup, which you can get for like $14 if not cheaper. I bought mine in store, and I believe it was like $15. So I'm sure it's cheaper anywhere else online. And so take your Halo top cap out of this fancy bag, and then here's the Halo top cap. Actually quite nice. It reminds me a little bit of the new Tobe, or TOBH Addy, that's out now with these little heat sinks or such. Actually pretty nice. And this is all just stainless steel, brushed stainless steel. And what's nice about this is that it goes directly over the original iGO-W base, which is 20 mil, like 19 or 20 mil in diameter, and you see it fits right on there flush, which is perfect. And when you push it down just a little bit more, there'll be this tiny bit of the hangover of the top cap, which is awesome, because now this just turned into a 22 millimeter device, and will go flush with any kind of 22 millimeter mods. For example, my Nemesis, it will just sit flush on my Nemesis. And it has dual coil capabilities with the airflow controls. If I'm right, I believe it's only dual. Check that real fast. Yeah, the closed, open, closed. Yeah, so unfortunately you're not going to be able to do any kind of single coils with this top cap. It is dual coil only. But if you look, I mean, it's amazing. To change the airflow, let me try to get this in position a little bit better. You turn this top part of this cap, and you kind of see it's opening, it's closing, and it's closed. And you can just keep doing that too. Opening, all the way open. And that's wide open. I mean, it's a very airy draw, and it's wide open. And close it off a little bit to your liking, and it just keeps on round robining, and this will be matched on the other side on the air hole as well, which is pretty freaking awesome. And so yeah, the draw on that, I don't know how to compare it But you know, it's wide open. When I use it, I get some pretty good clouds coming off of it, and the heat sinks definitely help with the heat transfer up to your drip tip, and especially if you're using a Delrin cup such as this right here on top. I mean, you're not going to get any heat to your if you're doing really low ohms, you're not going to get any heat to your drip tip. So yeah, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wick this up, put some juice on it, and we'll check out how it vapes. So yeah. Alrighty guys, so I'll try to keep this in focus and in the camera angle as best as I can. I'm still getting used to all this. Everybody makes it look so much easier. But what I got here is I got my cotton, the organic cotton from just a regular organic cotton ball, and I kind of fluffed it out a little bit, try to get it a little translucent using that whole technique to kind of fluff it out, because in my opinion, less is more. And so I'm going to take this, I'm just going to break it up into 2 different parts for my wick. And then scrunch them up. And just kind of flatten them down. You don't really want to twist it till they're really tight. There's no need for that. You want it to like be scrunched down a little bit to be able to retain, you know, a lot more juice and use that capillary action, but without it being just so crammed. In my opinion, at least, this is what works best for me. There's plenty other techniques out there. So I'm going to take this end here and I'm going to really try to make that skinny to feed it through my microcoil. Like that, something similar. And then, hopefully you guys can see this, bring it a little bit closer. Feed it through on like that. Just grab the other side. That would lock down. And pull it through. It should pull through really gently. You shouldn't come across any kind of kinks or problems, and you don't want any you know, plugs where it's going to plug the e-juice from feeding to the coil. And just kind of pull it back and forth, make sure there's no problems or plugs. And yeah, that's the first one. I'm going to go ahead and trim that up. I don't leave too much on there, you know, just a little bit to kind of get tucked underneath the coil and whatnot. Now for this other piece, do the same thing. Scrunch this baby up. And at the end, I like to take it and make it really small, just to make it feed through really a lot better. A lot more better. So I got through that back coil right there. I'll bring it up closer so you guys can see it. And just pulling it through. And like right there, that would be a plug. If you guys see that? See how it's all bunched up on the other side there? You wouldn't want to leave it there at all. So what I'm going to do is start backing it out a little bit to where it was light, and then bring it through and just kind of knead this out, this thick section that was getting all bunched up, that would have caused a problem. Knead that out a little bit. Oh, it's still doing it. Glad I got this on camera though. This happens a lot. And you got to kind of take it and work with it again. So when you pull it through, boom, it should not be catching. Oh, I'm still wanting to catch. Well, when that happens, I'm just going to back it out a little bit, and I'll probably just leave it right around there. In this little section right here is where it was bunching up. If you see, there's like a stray strand that kind of knotted. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that. And at least that gives us something to, man, I need some sharper scissors, that's for sure. Holy cannoli. And, oh, that wasn't very smart. Just pulled the whole thing out. And start over. Where's my tweezers at? Alrighty. That wasn't very smart at all. Sorry I'm off camera, guys. I know this is super boring. So I'm just going to feed this little piece through right now. And just fluff that up a little bit. And see how it's just kind of working in there nice? Should be perfect. Clear this stuff out of the way for you. And let's put some juice on here. What I'm going to be putting on here today is from the Vapes line. And this one is Sumo Berry. It's like a berry and cream, but very subtle. It's just really good stuff. 6 milligrams, so it's going to be perfect for dripping. And this is a, they claim it's 100% VG, but yes, it is a max VG juice. At the end of the day, it's got the most VG it can handle, so that's what counts. Shake it up a little bit. I'm going to apply a little bit to these wicks. And now I'm just going to start tucking. I'm going to start tucking this cotton underneath the coil here and kind of make it sit on a little cotton cloud. Push this one. Using that juice as kind of like a an adhesive to stick all the cotton together. Push it nice and neat to where it's not clogging up that coil. And then, as you can see, I got that first one done, like right in a shadow. That's weird. There we go. See how it's just right in there? Turn it over. We'll do the next one. Push that in. And since this was a smaller piece, it definitely helped that it went in there nicer. Let's see how that looks. So I could probably use to push a little bit under, a little bit more under that coil so it's not so exposed. And that still leaves us with a nice little juice well. The iGO-W is, you know, this is just the iGO-W base right here, building base. It's actually got a decent juice well in it, you know. I mean, for the price, it's amazing. Just those O-rings. Those O-rings are a bitch. If you can get better O-rings on there, I would, because they're a pain in the ass. The other thing I like to do, which I think just threw it away, but I take a little bit more cotton. Just a little fluff of it, like seriously, like that would be good right there. Just a little fluff, and I take it, and I like to stick it right in between the positive and negative post. Just push it down there, right in between, and it kind of sits, you know, back behind the coil a little bit, of course, but it gives it just a little extra, you know, cushion for juice to collect, which comes in handy, especially if you're running lower ohms. This one's only like I think a 0.5 ohm dual coil, so it kind of helps. It doesn't dry out as fast, gives you a lot more hits. And there's other techniques too to go for that are out there that might work better for you. This is just the one that I like to go with. It's usually pretty simple and easy, and I stick that right in there, and that's me. I'm good to go. Add a little bit more juice to it, guys. And juicy it all up. And here's where the cool part comes into. So as you see with this Halo top cap, right, it's got this little bevel on it. You see it down in there. That bevel right there, that's what's going to catch your regular iGO-W base to make it sit in there flush and firm and turn it into a 22 millimeter mod. So I'm going to go ahead and line, you have to line the air holes up. These air holes right here, you want to line those up directly with your coils. So let's set this down. Hopefully you guys I can get this on camera. It's so far away. Make sure that it's lined up. That looks about right. And then I'm going to push it down on these O-rings. Unscrew it from my little Addy stand here, yeah, that I created. I'm pretty stoked about that. And just give it a couple pushes down, make sure those O-rings are nice and seated, because you don't have to take this one off every time you want to add some drips. Now this guy, this little crown looking thing, this is your top cap. So that top cap goes on with ease, and spins with ease. I mean, there's a little bit of a, you know, it's not going to spin freely in your pocket or anything, but I mean, when you turn it and you set it to where you want it, you know, say you want your airflow halfway open, like that, you know, like it's gonna stay there, which is awesome. And it's not like too much to, you know, pull this off. It's just held on with by one O-ring. Really good engineering, really good quality actually. So yeah, now just need to find a drip tip. I'll just put this guy on here because it's sitting by. Doesn't look too shabby, right? The twisted Vapor with twisted 420s, not too shabby. Alrighty, so let me get some of this stuff out of the way and take it to the top, and we'll vape it. Alright guys, now that it's all wicked up and ready to go, sitting on my VaporShark DNA 30 mod right now, and of course I have it cranked up to all the way to 30 watts. There's the top cap. I have the airflow wide open. This is reading at a 0.5. Looks like it's a little flooded at the moment. I did fill this thing with a lot of juice. Oh, it smells delicious though. Very nice. Give it a couple of blows. So this pretty much just turned your, you know, $14, $15 iGO-W into a higher end dripping atomizer, especially with, you know, what is this? Capital Vapes top caps. It's awesome. Like this one that has a reduced chamber and everything. It's got this little reduced chamber for flavor, which does help, like, just dramatically increases the flavor on there. And a big juice well. Like once you have that outer skirt on there, you just have all this room for juice and cotton. It's awesome. So I'm gonna pop that on there. Vape it for you for a few seconds. Not bad at all. It's definitely putting out. Definitely puts out. I'm drinking on my beer. If you can guess what it is, I might give you a prize. It'll be what are we gonna call that game?
Guess the beer.
Guess the beer. It's such a great name. Innovative. Guess the beer, and no, it is not a Murphy's Irish Stout, but it is red. There's a clue. Anyways, back to the top cap. So I got mine at a brick and mortar at Planet of the Vapes, and here in Sacramento, and a good store. They're starting to like broaden their horizons. They're getting new stuff like every week. It's actually really cool. New juice lines. I'm always stoked to go in there. But yeah, so I got it there, and it was like $29.99, you know, around $30. But seriously, I already had the iGO-W that I was working with. I bought this, and it was like, oh my gosh, this was the best investment if you have an iGO-W. And you don't want to spend, if you don't want to spend, you know, $100 or, you know, $100 plus on a badass brand name rebuildable atomizer. This is perfect for, you know, if you're just starting to get into it and you're still working on your coils and whatnot and your ohms. Works great. So yeah, they have a couple other versions as well. They have for the top caps, they have like a copper version of this same one that's copper, brass. They have a black one. They have some that are the iGO copper stealth caps that do not have adjustable airflow. They're just the holes that are drilled into it, and I'm pretty sure you can get it different sizes of the holes as well. The other place, if you actually go direct to Halo top caps by Capital Vapes, or the Vape Source, that's where it's at. Sorry, the Vape Source is where you'll find this. Vape Source LA, and they have everything that you need, and they'll give you the lowdown on them. And they have like a whole drip tip collection that goes with them. Pretty cool. Pretty cool little site if you want to check out. Maybe they'll have like a good copper 26651. You know, that'll go with that. It'd be pretty sweet. But yeah, guys, go check out Halo Top Cap. Awesome investment, especially if you have a iGO-W. They make them for the Patriot as well. They make them for a couple of others. But for me, the iGO-W is the one that like you would need it. You know, that one, it turns it into a high-class dripper, in my opinion. So yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. You know, remember to subscribe to my channel and vape on, my friends. She wants me to drink my beer again.